Dear students, we have already completed the chapter 1, which was about the nutrition in plants. Today we are going to discuss about a new chapter, chapter 2, that is nutrition in animals. So let's start the new chapter.
In chapter 1, we have already learned how plants prepare their own food by themselves or by depending on other organisms. Likewise, animals also need food for their growth, repair and functioning of the body. But they cannot prepare their own food by themselves. So they have to depend on plants or other animals. In case of plants, we can understand that we can get fruits, vegetables from plants. But what about the animals? See, some animals depend on flesh of other animals. We human beings also take milk, eggs, which we can get from animals. We already know that food we take are of different components like carbohydrates, fats, proteins, etc. But our body cannot take these food items in complex form. So, these complex substances have to be broken down into simpler substances. And this breaking down process is called as digestion. Next, we come to different ways of taking food. There are different ways for different organisms for taking food. Like bees get nectar of plants by sucking. Again, infants of human and many other animals feed on mother's milk. Then some snakes like python take whole animal by swallowing. Again, in case of some aquatic animals, they filter tiny food particles floating nearby and feed upon them. For example, whales consume a huge mouthful of water, fishes, shrimps, etc. They contain some bristle-like structure in their mouth. This structure is known as baleen. This structure helps in filtering the food content from water. Through this structure, water comes out and then the whale swallow the food content. Here in the table 2.1, you can see some animals with what type of food they take and the mode of feeding. For snail, the food they take are leaves, fungi, algae, and they take this food by chewing and make them into small pieces. Next, ants, they eat insects, sweets by chewing again. Again, eagles take flesh by swallowing. In case of lice, mosquito, they feed on blood by sucking. For housefly, they take semi-digested food by sponging. That is, they first secrete some saliva over the food and then take the food in solution form. Another amazing fact regarding the food taking process can be seen in case of starfish. Starfish feeds on animals covered by hard cells of calcium carbonate. After opening the cell, the starfish pops out its stomach through its mouth to eat the soft animal inside the cell. The stomach then goes back into the body and the food is slowly digested. Here you can see this is the food for the starfish and this whitish structure is the stomach of the starfish which has come out from the body. Whenever food comes nearby to the starfish, the arms of the starfish slowly removes the shell part of the food, and after removing the shell part, the stomach slowly catches the edible part from the food, and then again the stomach will go back inside the body. Next we come to digestion in humans. If we come to know about the way of intake of food and the process of utilization of the food in case of human beings, we can say that we humans take in food through the mouth and then we digest it, and then the unused parts of the food is eliminated by our body. But the question is, what does happen to the food inside our body? Let's learn about this. Food passes through a continuous canal which begins at the buccal cavity and ends at the anus. The canal can be divided into various compartments. buccal cavity, food pipe or esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and the anus. These parts together forming the canal is called as the alimentary canal. As we take food, the food travels through these compartments. During traveling, the food gets digested, that is, breaks down into simpler substances. Because the inner wall of the stomach, small intestine, and some glands associated with alimentary canal such as liver, pancreas, secrete some digestive juices over the food, for which the food breaks down into simpler substances and then our body can absorb them. So all these parts along with the associated glands together forms the digestive system. In the next video, we will discuss about each part related to the digestive system in detail. Thank you.